Hello, friends. We are starting the third part of the second unit of this wonderful course. As you remember, the second unit of the course is about the extended family. We discussed about how family is in crisis, like many other institutions in the world. And we also pointed out some of the crises that families are undergoing, they are facing in India, for example. Then we also discuss about what is nuclear family, what is extended family, what about the members of your extended family, what are the relationships you have with them, because it's very important that we know our own extended family. It is a source of strength to us, and later on when you are going to do some practical assignments with your family members, extended family members, you will have a better understanding of who they are. We also discuss about unfortunate situation in some families. One member dominates other members because of physical strength, or because of money, or because of wrong understanding of authority, or because one has a stronger character, others have a weaker character. Suppose one's IQ may be more than others, or whatever. And we discussed that such family environment is not conducive to training the children who can become builders of better society. How can the child who experiences this kind of dominance at home become a builder of society based on equality and justice? It's just not possible. There is another extreme, and that is permissiveness within the family, where everybody is free to fulfill their own wishes and whims. That is also not correct. And practicing such type of families have already started causing a lot of problem in the society, in the family. The sense of accountability is getting lost. The sense of responsibility is getting lost. Discipline is being affected. And these are because if one is brought up in a family where he or she has been absolutely free in doing what he or she desires, well, of course, that's not a good attitude to be a positive member of the society. So now, with this background of what we have discussed so far, we should remember that considering the present family crisis in some countries, some institutional arrangements have been made for the upbringing of children. For example, boarding schools. Well, we are in Panjgani, where there are many boarding schools, for example. There are daycare centers and a number of other similar arrangements in some countries, in Africa, in Russia, in Israel. Now, however, although these experiments have solved some problems, they have caused new problems in children's characters. Hence, we can say that today the most appropriate environment for the children to grow is that the children live with both the parents. Again, in some families, one parent goes off to some other country to earn more, wealth, to earn more income for the family. These are not really having good impact on the children as far as their upbringing is concerned. So the best situation is when the children live with both the parents, and at the same time they have contact with the members of their extended family. That is, their grandparents, their uncles, their aunts, their cousins, nephews, nieces, etc. But we should remember that for such a family to be able to fulfill its responsibility as expected today, that is, making the children morally capable for their own personal growth and for contributing to the betterment of the world, to be so, the family should follow the same principles that should guide a materially and spiritually prosperous world civilization. Same principles we expect them to follow later, we have to follow at home. So, the most important principle to be followed in such families is, number one, full equality of men and women in every activity. Let's underline it. Full equality of men and women in every activity. It's sad to see that the attitude and behaviors that lead to the present gender inequality we see around us in the society, they are mostly formed in the families. And from there, they go to the society. For example, many families consider girls as liabilities, or they give secondary states, secondary positions to the girls and the women in their family. Suppose women are not involved in decision-making processes, or they don't own any property, or even as far as education is concerned, especially higher education, the boys are given priority. So you have a learning activity that you will see in your study material, and that is asking you to discuss with your learning partner the gender inequalities that exist in families today. Again, please take care not to mention a name of a particular family, but what is actually practiced commonly, gender inequalities, and then post your answers, your conclusions on the discussion forum of the course. There is one more activity, and that is again discussed with your learning partner. What changes will come to family system and relationships among the members when gender equality is fully practiced? Please underline fully practiced, because sometimes we think that, oh no, in my family gender equality is there. All right, God bless, that's wonderful. But then what about fully practicing it? Are there something that can be corrected? Again, post your conclusions on the discussion forum. Now, after you discuss this, prepare your personal action plan about how you can personally promote gender equality within your own extended family. This is going to be your assignment for this unit. Submit your action plan in the prescribed format, which is there in the study material, and use the link which is given there, and then this will be your assignment for this unit. Now, gender equality, as I said before, is the first principle that has to be practiced in our extended families. There is a second principle, and that is again one of the principles that the society needs. Based on this principle, we can make a better society, and that is the principle of justice. Now, when we practice it, it will have again impact on the family system, on the relationship among the members. It's possible to practice justice in a family only when the rights and responsibilities of every member of the family are recognized and respected. So, what does justice mean? Does justice mean equality? Of course not. In fact, sometimes equality is injustice, because what each person requires is different. Suppose what a child of 2 years old require is very different from his elder sister who may be 18 years old, or from her grandmother who may be 95 years old. So of course justice does not mean equality, but it means to give to every person what he or she rightfully deserves. So from that perspective, it's important that we understand the rights of every individual in the family and also the responsibilities. When we recognize them, we respect them, then justice will be possible. And only a family that is governed by justice can contribute to the betterment of society and can become a source of honor and respect for humankind. If we are unjust at home, how can we contribute to the betterment of society, which is already suffering from injustice? Some cases of injustice that unfortunately prevail in some families include, suppose, child abuse in different forms, or ill treatment of the elderly members of the family, or discrimination against women, as we have discussed a few minutes ago, such as discrimination about food, about medical treatment, health and hygiene, career, etc. So, when there is justice, love can grow in the family. and can bind the members together permanently. Can you imagine a family grows in love where there is injustice? It's just impossible to think of it. So, for love to grow, it has to be based on this solid foundation of justice first. So, there's a learning activity for you to do, and there you discuss with your learning partner why without justice love cannot grow in a family. Write a paragraph, maybe post it on the discussion forum. Now, love and justice must go hand in hand in the family. To appreciate this better, you have another activity to describe the rights and responsibilities of a family which has got the following members. What are the rights and responsibilities of these members? There is a mother in the family, there is a father, there are 3 children, ages 3, 10, and 14, and there are maternal grandparents who live in their neighborhood. So, make a table and discuss with your learning partner, and in the table you make columns of the family member, rights of each member, responsibility of each member, then write the mother, father, etc. Discuss and fill up this chart, if you like, this table. Sometimes we think, oh, a child of 3 years old, what responsibility can she have? Well, you need to discuss. If you're not sure, talk to some mothers or parents who have got young children. Does mother have any right at home, or is she all on responsibility? Or father? So, this is a very, very interesting activity. You can do it with your learning partner, and if you like, in fact, you can do it at home with your siblings, and you see that it will open up a very new perspective for them towards each other and towards their parents and their grandparents. An excellent activity. Now, what can you do to promote justice in your family? Again, you have to think about it, discuss it. This was the second principle. First was gender equality, second was justice, and the third principle that should be practiced at home in the family, as you expect it to be practiced later on in the society for a better world, is that only a family that gives great importance to education and acquiring knowledge of all its members, especially youth and children, and it considers education to be the focus of the family, only such a family can be the right environment for training the children to become builders of a better world. Well, we see families all around who spend so much of their resources for entertainment or for sightseeing or for leisure or for pleasure. So we need to focus the resources of the family on education of the children and what promotes knowledge and learning within the family. So the first result is that both the family and society will be greatly benefited when the family focuses its resources on education. See, when you begin laying the foundation of a better civilization, you realize how important is education of the family members. But for now, discuss the statement I'm just going to read for you and write your conclusions and understanding about it in the discussion forum. It's a very, very interesting statement which says, the prosperity of humankind can only be the result of deep changes in the structure of society. We want whole mankind to be prosperous. We should create changes. The structure of society should be changed very deeply, not superficially. Well, that of course will come. What about now? The statement says, nevertheless, even today, when there is so much of conflict and injustice, The united efforts of a family will free the family from poverty within 1 or 2 generations. But to succeed, the family members should truly love each other. So you can come out of poverty when there is real love. Father, mother, children, the love should be true. Secondly, they should practice justice at home and devote all their resources to educating the family members, particularly the youth and children. Well, this is not a hypothetical statement that within 1 or 2 generations families come out of poverty. No. I personally have seen families, I know of the families who have focused their resources on education of the children, both academic and moral education. And I've seen with my own eyes that within 1 generation, which is about 20 to 30 years old, that family has come out of poverty. The children of those families are now, working with MNCs and with government agencies, and really very, very different scenario. And they had the parents who would walk barefooted walking from the village to the city. But because of their dedication to education, academic, moral, spiritual, then we have seen the transformation in the children who are again having a balanced personality, character, both material as well as moral and spiritual. So this is a very, very experience-based statement, and I invite you to please discuss it with your learning partner and write your conclusions, and especially think about it. If you as a family can adopt maybe some other families, help them for education, if you as a member of a college or institution can adopt some families, you will witness in a generation or 2, the situation will change. Thank you very much.